for an interview. Most of them, I think, resulted in no response from the company. But filling in application forms is a very typical thing to do and a very typical part of the job application process.
The question was, have you ever filled in an application form? Which job was it for?
I am employed by a company called Caledonian English. It's an English academy in Spain, and I am a teacher. I work for the academy, and I teach adults in small classes who are learning English, and I love it.
The question was, who do you work for? What's your job? Meaning and pronunciation too. Now we're going to check some more words and phrases. See if you know them. If you're employed and then you become unemployed, what can we say's happened? You've lost your job. To lose your job. I lost my job. Now for something good. If they decide to pay you more money for your job, what did you get? A pay rise. To get a pay rise. I got a pay rise. But what's the opposite of this, which isn't very nice? To get a pay cut. To get a pay cut. We all got pay cuts. If you work hours that are a bit different to usual, for example, you work from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 5 a.m. to 1 p.m., we can say you work shifts. To work shifts. I have to work shifts. And what is the word for work that you do that you get paid extra for, because it's more than your usual paid hours? Overtime. Overtime. I do a lot of overtime. What do you call the person at work who tells you what to do? We have two words. One is informal. A boss. A boss. I hate my boss. We have a more formal word for the person who maybe checks your work or that you ask if you have a question. A supervisor. A supervisor. My supervisor's okay. What do you get if you get a better job in the same company, probably with more money and more importance? A promotion. To get a promotion. To get a promotion. Or to be promoted. To be promoted. I got promoted. I was promoted. What is the verb for to stop work because you've reached a certain age, usually about 65? To retire. To retire. I can't wait to retire. Vocabulary and listening 3. Listen to some more questions. Again, try and guess the words that are missing, and then check your answer. Do you have a good relationship with your boss, or do you have a good relationship with your boss or supervisor? Why do people their jobs? Why do people lose their jobs? Do you work shifts? When was the last time you got a pay or a pay? When was the last time you got a pay cut or a pay rise? Do you get paid for overtime? When was the last time you got promoted? When do you want to retire? Vocabulary and listening 4. Now you're going to hear the answers to those questions. Which question does each answer match with?
I do. I'm lucky that my boss is kind and understands the needs of the other staff in the college. She's very busy. She's busy a lot, but she always finds time to help anyone.
The question was, do you have a good relationship with your boss or supervisor?
I think some of the more common reasons people lose their job is lateness, and I think not taking their responsibilities seriously.
The question was, why do people lose their jobs?
No, I don't. I prefer the regularity of normal hours. I do have a friend who works different shifts, sometimes nights, sometimes days, and it is a problem for his social life.
The question was, do you work shifts?
So I finished my training in England for my job, and a big reason to finish my training was for the pay rise, although it was very small, only maybe 50 pence per hour. So I haven't had a pay rise recently, but I feel lucky that I haven't had a pay cut, which lots of people here especially are suffering at the moment.
The question was, when was the last time you got a pay cut or a pay rise?
Not anymore. In the past, I've had jobs where I did some overtime for some extra money. I needed money, but I don't have the opportunity for overtime at the moment. In fact, I have friends here that do overtime for no extra money, and that's the situation that we have at the moment.
The question was, Do you get paid for overtime?
Maybe, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I had a promotion. Again, I finished my training and I was promoted to low-level management in my last college. And I was offered another promotion when I told them I was leaving. And I said, it's too late. Yeah.
The question was, when was the last time you got promoted?
I think the short and simple answer is as soon as possible. I enjoy my job at the moment, but I can think of other things I would rather do.
The question was, when do you want to retire? Well done! You've completed this vocabulary and pronunciation unit, and you should be better at talking about jobs.
Recuerda que en el ebook que acompaña este podcast encontrarás más ejercicios que te ayudarán a desarrollar tu vocabulario. Thank you for listening. Bye.
95.7
¿Sabías que al quedar desempleado puedes recurrir al mecanismo de protección al cesante a través de tu caja de compensación familiar? Con Familiar Risaralda siempre está presente para apoyarte en lo que más necesitas. En los periodos de desempleo te brindamos diferentes beneficios con los cuales puedes mantener y mejorar tu calidad de vida y la de tu familia. Como Caja de Compensación Familiar, somos administradores del mecanismo de protección al cesante, lo cual garantiza la protección social de los trabajadores en periodo de desempleo, amparados en la Ley 1636 de 2013, con la cual puedes ampliar aún más toda esta información. Este mecanismo de protección al cesante tiene 4 componentes: agencia de empleo, capacitación, subsidio al desempleo y ahorro voluntario de cesantías. La Agencia de Gestión y Colocación de Empleo Incluyente de Confamiliar Risaralda está vinculada a la Red de Servicios de Empleo www.serviciodeempleo.gov.co, con la cual facilitamos a buscadores de empleo, cesantes y población vulnerable la vinculación laboral y a las empresas la publicación de sus vacantes, dando cumplimiento a la Resolución 2605 de 2014 y apoyándola en la búsqueda del mejor talento humano. Para acceder y conocer los programas que te ofrece nuestra agencia de empleo, puedes hacerlo de 3 maneras. Primero, ingresa a www.confamiliar.com, menú Agencia de Empleo. Aquí puedes registrarte y consultar los servicios diseñados tanto para postulantes como para empleadores. Segundo, acércate a los centros de atención ubicados en Pereira, calle 22, número 427, Dos Quebradas, avenida Simón Bolívar, calle 35, número 1641, Santa Rosa, carrera 14, número 1757, piso 2, y La Virginia, carrera octava, número 621, piso 2. Comunicarte con nuestra línea telefónica 313-5600, extensiones 2202 y 2487, o al correo electrónico agenciadeempleo@confamiliar.com. A través de la Agencia de Empleo puedes participar del programa de capacitación para la reinserción laboral, compuesto de talleres de motivación laboral y empleabilidad, además de la formación de diferentes áreas, de modo que puedas adquirir competencias que mejoren tus posibilidades de vinculación laboral. Otro de los componentes del mecanismo de protección al cesante es el subsidio al desempleo, que consiste en el pago de los aportes para salud y pensión y pago de cuota monetaria de subsidio familiar durante 6 meses. Para esto, debes haber estado afiliado a la Caja de Compensación por un año continuo o discontinuo durante los últimos 3 años. Para acogerte a este beneficio, debes descargar el formulario de postulación al mecanismo de protección al cesante, que encuentras en nuestro portal web www.confamiliar.com, en el menú Agencia de Empleo, FOSFEC. Lo imprimes y lo diligencias completamente siguiendo el instructivo que puedes encontrar también en nuestro sitio web.